What's going on, world? It's your homie Sensei Ripping. I'm back again with another video. Listen, y'all, for those who may not know, yesterday, Camron dropped a new freestyle on his show Talk with Flea. And of course, in his freestyle, he finally responded to Omar Gooding. Okay, now for those wondering, how the hell did we get here? Well, early this year, Camron, he had 50 Cent on his show Talk with Flea. Of course, that interview sparked a lot of issues with not only actors, but, Jim Jones and others. Let's just say that. But in this interview with Cam and 50 Cent, Cam spoke about actors and how they should start, using their own money, right, to shoot their own projects. So Cam was quoted saying, "No disrespect to nobody I'm talking about, but if you're Ving Rhames, you sitting around, or Omar Gooding Jr., y'all just sitting around. I would have saved my money and shot my own shit by now. But a black actor has to sit around for 50 Cent or somebody in your lane to come pick them up to put them in something." Okay, now, of course, immediately, Omar Gooding seen Cam's comments and, took it as disrespect, especially after seeing Cam, throw Junior on his name. He's not a junior. You get what I mean? So immediately, Omar, he went in the booth and cooked up not one, but two diss records going at Camron. Okay, now a lot of people reacted to the first diss record that Omar Gooding released. Of course, we posted on our IG. It went viral. A lot of people looked at Cam like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Cam, you might have to step in the booth and, send some shots back. However, Cam played it cool. You know what I mean? He initially was like, okay, he heard the record and was just like, you know what? I don't want no smoke. All right. Now, all of a sudden, Cam has had a change of heart. Apparently, yesterday, he dropped a freestyle and he name dropped Omar Gooding. Now, of course, Omar Gooding wasted no time reacting to Cam and his freestyle from yesterday. But before we get into Omar Gooding's latest diss record responding to Cam's freestyle from yesterday, let's check out the bars in which Cam sent shots at Omar Gooding, because I know a lot of y'all, maybe you didn't hear it, maybe you didn't catch it, but Omar Gooding, he was already locked and loaded. All right, let's get into a couple bars. Hopefully it's not copyrighted. So probably gonna play like a bar or two. I ain't gonna go too crazy on it, but I just want y'all to hear what was said about Omar Gooding. Like I said, immediately he stepped in the booth and for Cam. But before we get into it, let's check out what Cam said in his flow, sending shots at Omar Gooding. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning in. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. I just want to get straight to it. Because like I said, it might be copyrighted. I know it's a freestyle, but we going to figure it out. All right. All right, let's get it, y'all.
With Omar Gooding, I'm begging, please don't mention me. Can't book me for no bowling alley, lounge or dispensary. There cause I wanna be. Do what I want.
Y'all caught that? Run it back again. Couple bars. Name drop Omar Gooding. For the record, one more time. Let's run it back.
Omar Gooding, I'm begging, please don't. With Omar Gooding, fast some chemistry. With Omar Gooding, I'm begging, please don't mention me. Can't book me for no bowling alley, lounge or dispensary.
All right, y'all. That was the Lord, name drop Cam put in the freestyle release yesterday on Talk with Flea. Again, I'll leave the link in the description. If you haven't subscribed to his channel already, make sure y'all tap in. But like I said, Cam dropped this, and literally an hour later, Omar took to IG to respond. For those who missed what Omar had to say, let's get right to it. Because, man, this is interesting. Like I said, no one expected Omar to jump in the booth. And to be honest, a lot of people were impressed. Like, okay, homie can spit. You know what I mean? Multi-talented. Shout out to him. Like I said, been in the game for many years. Child actor. Definitely talented. But it looks like he's already making attempts to release a part 3. And here's a snippet of the part 3 already. 1 second so y'all can check it out. But yeah, man, this is getting interesting because again, like I said, Cam initially he acted as if he didn't want to respond. You get what I mean? A lot of people's like, come on, Cam, sound good enough to me. You know what I mean? A worthy opponent. And Cam, he played it like, all right, cool. Now he done had a change of heart. But let's check out Omar and his third response to Cam's freestyle. Check this out.
The dispensary, yeah, cause I wanna be, do what I wanna do. Corporate America say, nah, we honor you.
All right, that's what we doing. Let's go. Look, anybody that want it, no problem, let's get it. I've been a problem since I used to spit in the opening credits. Sharper than them barber edges, to be lining you up, hard to fade. Just gonna say my name, riling me up. It's such a thrill, I don't need a pill to reach ecstasy. I'm so him when I sit, all the herbs wanna sit next to me. How many metaphors is it gonna take until you scream and shout, I'm HIMUNOT, don't make me spell it out. Lil Cammy took a shot at the kid. Pink Power Ranger or killer, it's not what you is. That bowling alley line was cute, I gotta admit. But put a stop to Big O, it's not what you did. Piss me off, maybe. I laughed it off, baby. Now turn this TV off before these gloves come off crazy. He's slinging dick pills on podcasts, my reruns on Comcast. Made him fix his mouth after he fixed his mouth at long last.
All right, y'all. That's a preview of Omar Gooding and his third diss record going at Cam. Like I said, initially, Cam, he acted as if, he wasn't going to respond. But Cam went straight in the booth, cooked up something. And, now we get another diss record from Omar Gooding. I ain't going to lie. Like I said, I was impressed. Considering, all of the artists that we had today, got to think Omar Gooding, he's from a different cloth. You know what I mean? The era where there was real spitters and a lot of people were impressed with the bars. So that's why, people kind of looked at Cam like, damn, you ain't thinking, what I'm saying? He was worthy of a response. And Cam, he played it off like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I mean? He kind of took the jabs and saying that homie, he does shows at bowling alleys and dispensaries. Listen, this is a a hustling type of, environment where you can't just sit at home. That was the whole point that Cam was making essentially, but you can't, be mad at somebody for being out here trying to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these are the times of the hustler right now. Everybody that's, working the 9 to 5, if you're blessed to have a stable job, shout out to you. But for individuals like Cam or Omar, who blew up in an earlier time, now trying to figure out the new world with social media, it's tough for everybody, not just, actors. Everybody's trying to figure it out. So him, sending shots at Omar saying, you do shows at bowling alleys. It's hilarious, but, it's not something to be ashamed about. You know what I mean? Because like I said, right now, everybody's trying to get their money by any means. So hell, if he getting booked, that's a good thing. That's a blessing. But like I said, 3 diss records, Cam finally drops a freestyle. And now we have to wait until he releases the full record. But like I said, 48 hours, come on, yo. The man is not playing. And who knows? Maybe we'll see Omar Gooding on Talk with Flea and they can have the conversation because, again, they've worked, together in the past. They've done films together. And this is all good for, content. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to Omar Gooding and his YouTube channel, I'll make sure to leave the link in the description so y'all can subscribe and just check out and see what he's got going on because, he still has shows on television. He's still working on the road. So again, Cam, he's slick. They gonna crack jokes. However, as you can see, Omar, he ain't playing. He stepped right in the booth. And like he said, the complete song will be out sooner than later. But y'all let me know, man. What are your thoughts on this back and forth between Cam and Omar Gooding? Again, how are you rating this? I guess I want to say it's a battle in a sense. I mean, now that Cam has officially responded, I mean, how did you rate these records? Like I said, Omar, he dropped a total of 2 records. Now he just dropped the preview of his 3rd one. Cam, on the other hand, he responded in his freestyle. But again, I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on the quality of these records? Because again, like I said, seeing the reception to the first record Omar Gooding dropped, a lot of people was thoroughly impressed. And now Cam has entertained it by mentioning his name. Now we get to see a part 3. So again, y'all let me know. What are your thoughts on all of this down in the comment section below? But again, that's all I got for y'all today. That being said, my name is Sensei Rip. Till next time, peace. Salute world, I need y'all to do me a favor right quick and tap into the homie Grand Finale's latest video titled Sidelines. Okay, the full video is available on his YouTube channel. However, I'm about to bless y'all with a quick teaser. Okay, if you like what you hear, make sure to head on over to his channel and leave a comment. All right, and make sure to tell him that Rip sent you. Okay, run them numbers up. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.
Upon the world before you dearly depart.
Let the world go by. Just let the world go by. And it'll all be just fine.
Thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, hit that notification bell to get the latest on hip-hop, sports, comedy, whatever. All right, we got you covered over here at Forgotten Kings TV. And also, click on one of these videos, okay? All right, y'all.